Welcome back to Boss Talk Live, everyone. Episode 4. Oh my God, I'm so excited. So excited about Boss Talk Live this week. It's going to be an amazing show. It's going to be exciting. If you don't know who I am, my name is Essie Arrington, the CEO of Boss Lady Empire. Boss Lady Empire is a company that I made and, did some research on and different things like that. When it comes to Boss Lady Empire, it's for women on the go, it's for moms, for single women, wives, for whoever wants to get in shape, who loves wearing activewear and just being comfortable, being sexy all at the same time. So I'm so excited, y'all, to bring on my special guest, y'all. When I tell you, I'm excited. I am excited about her. Her name is Dr. Jennifer Wilkes. I'm so sorry. Dr. Jennifer Wilkes. Okay, y'all. Let me tell you a little bit about her. She's a mom of 2 beautiful kids. Work in the music industry, okay? In communication, a life coach, and a fitness developer, y'all. She does it all and still has time to be a boss lady and a mom. Can y'all imagine being in business and have to be a mom and balance so many different things? Come on, y'all. Let's give her a round of applause and welcome her to Boss Talk Live. I'm going to go ahead and let her introduce herself.
Well, hello. Thank you, Essie, for having me. Thank you for the opportunity to be present here on your platform. It's been awesome getting to know you and learn more about you. So I'm really, truly grateful and honored that you found me and allowed me to share this
Yes.
platform with you. So I want to say thank you first of
you're
all.
welcome.
Thank you. Yeah. But yeah, I'm a native of South Carolina, moved here to Atlanta about 12 years ago. Didn't really know why at the time I moved, but you know, spirit just worked the way needed to work in my life, and God allowed things to happen and as they were supposed to. So it was a move not only for me but for my children. My daughter has seen great success here in Atlanta, and I have as well. And so I'm very grateful for just getting that hunch in my heart to really be like, it's time to go. So yeah, I've been here for about 12 years, been in all different types of industries here, but one commonality amongst all of them was communication. And so that's what led me to become a life coach, because I saw how communication was just so important in all aspects of our lives, in all industries, in all different types of ways. And so I said, you know what? How can people communicate better in so many different arenas? And so that's what I began to study. And then it led me to getting my doctorate in business administration, entrepreneurship, because I'm an entrepreneur at heart.
Yes.
And most of the people I work with coming into Atlanta were entrepreneurs. And I learned so much from them, working alongside them, meeting people, networking, and really like how to like grit your teeth and get down to it and hold your own as an entrepreneur, because it is not for the weak. And it is not for the weak. And so I'm glad that first coming into here to Atlanta, I was able to learn like firsthand from entrepreneurs what it was like being in, an urban market and trying new things. And so that's been a pleasure. And one thing always just leads to another. And I got into fitness and
Yes.
into fitness. And so just right now I'm actually going through a rebranding and just, bringing all things together, all things fitness with Inner Fitness, which is my new company, and Inner Fitness with my partner, and how we're just bringing all of what's health and wellness together. So
Oh,
that's
I
where we are now.
love it. I
Yeah.
love it so much. And also, I want to touch on, guys, she has a online fitness class and you can go in person and be a part of it. I watched her for a while, guys. Like when I tell you, I was on her page, looking at her, watching her, stalking her, like, okay, what else she doing? What she got going on?
I love it.
This. So I love her fitness class. It's not just something that you have to just be so strong and do. It's about having fun with her fitness class. I noticed that. It's hip hop.
Yeah.
She listens to R&B, guys. She listens to music we want to dance to, make you want to work out.
Yeah.
So, tell us what makes your fitness class better or different than the other fitness class we have out there.
Yeah, I thank you for that too. It's called Work Hit, and I hold it at Solera Studios here in Atlanta, Georgia, specifically in Mableton. Um, my vision for that class was to let people know just to get started. Just to
Okay.
get started. You don't have to be intimidated. You don't have to be the best fitness person, but just to come have fun and get started. Music has always been a foundation of my life. So if the music isn't right, I don't care what I'm doing. I don't care if I'm
Right.
hosting something. I don't care if I'm cleaning. What if the music isn't right, the vibe isn't right. So
That's
for me,
everybody.
yes. So for me, working out, the music has to be right. So I've always kind of like dreamed of being a DJ someday, which I'll probably do in another phase. But it's my opportunity to like really be a DJ in my class. Like I am a stickler for my playlist.
I think that's everybody. You want to listen to a certain genre.
Yes. I'm a
That's what you
Exactly. And so the beat has to be right. And so I've noticed that, the members that come, they like the theme classes. So sometimes I'll do an R&B, all R&B, sometimes I'll do old school. And I mean, we can get real
Oh,
old because sometimes I don't know, what age limits I have that come in. And so I try to have something for everybody and something that everyone can move to. So like my
mhm.
mom, she's 72 and it's like she's on every week and she loves
Go
all the
ahead,
music.
mama.
Yeah, she loves all the music. So I'm like, if she likes the beat and she can groove to it, we can
Right.
work out to it. So it's really just about motivating yourself to move. And so
Okay.
in that class, when people come in, I let them know whatever happened before you walk through the door, it doesn't exist right now.
Hey.
It doesn't exist right now. You're on this floor doing it for you. You have to
Ooh,
push past your limits because to me, when it comes to fitness, you learn life lessons.
yes.
It hurts. It
Ooh, it
hurts.
does. Ooh, it
But
does.
that's life, but it's temporary and you get past it a little better each time. And so, be patient with yourself, but don't be afraid to challenge yourself past those little pressure points.
Okay.
We always stop like right before it gets good, but that's
Yeah.
what builds the muscle. So I always
Mm-hmm.
tell them, I think my class is really just about motivating you through the workout to say, look, hey, I know it hurts me, but we're gonna
Mm-hmm.
keep pushing, we're gonna keep going, and we're gonna have fun.
Ooh, y'all hear that? So y'all hear, y'all better go ahead and tune in and check out her online workout
Yeah,
class.
come
It's
through.
amazing and she is not expensive.
No,
It's all very reasonable for all the
yeah,
women out there that have excuses, or just not even just women, people, period, who have excuses that, well, I can't get to the gym or I can't find a workout class. Everything's too expensive. She meets you
yeah,
halfway. And like I said, it's fun. It's
yes,
not boring. All exercise, like she said, is going to be tiring. It's going to push you. It's going to make your muscles sore. But when you're in her class, it's like everything goes out the door because you're listening to music, you're vibing, you're dancing. Everyone loves to dance. I know I
yes,
do. When my jam come on, I'm just in tune. Like, hey,
exactly.
it makes you want to get up and move. So I think that's an amazing thing that you have done in your class and that
Thank
people
you.
can, enjoy with you as well.
Thank you. Thank
So
you.
another thing, y'all, I love about her that I want to touch on. I want to take the class. What say he want to take your class?
Yes, come through. Come through.
I know that's right. Me and him both gonna be in there enjoying ourselves and taking her class.
Yes, I love it.
So another question I really want to touch on with you because you're a doctor and you in tune with health and different things like that. What does being fit or in shape means to you?
Hmm.
How important is that?
It's extremely important, and I think there's just this misconception that fitness is all about the physical. And I always have this quote. Fitness is a feeling. It's not a look. It's a feeling.
Yes.
It's about strength, endurance, balance, and how you do that in all aspects of your life. So not just
Okay.
physically, but mentally, emotionally, spiritually. And we kind of always look for these points of perfection because of social
Yes.
media, because of what people tell us, but there is no perfection to it. There really is no perfect balance. It's
Okay.
always going to be off balance. It's about how you manage getting back to a place, how you manage the ebb and flow
Yes.
of your mental health, your spiritual, your physical. So it's a feeling. It's a
It's
feeling. It's not a look. And you have to be patient with yourself through it. But it's extremely important if you want to live a healthy life because it helps you to cope with life. Because
Okay.
things are always going to be happening.
Yes.
That's just the inevitable, but it's how you approach what you eat, what you watch, what you listen to, who you hang around, the
Ooh, oh,
environment, your space. And I'm in the midst of clearing out the space that I'm in right now in this particular room because it affects my mental health, my fitness. And so it's what I call 360 degrees of health. That's what fitness is. It's a
wow.
feeling, and it's not about the physical. So I tell people to forget about the scale for a minute.
Mm-hmm.
Forget about the scale. Go about how you feel.
Okay.
Yeah, how you feel, because that's really going to tell you whether or not you're really progressing completely. Because you can look at a scale one day and it's lower. Look at it the
Mm-hmm.
next
Oh,
day, it's
yes.
higher, and you'll be like, well, dang, but you may not look different, but you'll be like, well, dang, I gained a pound or two, but you don't look different necessarily. So you can't go by that scale. You really have to go by how you feel. Are you
Physically, yeah.
checking in with yourself and saying, am I acknowledging how I feel in this moment? Am I sitting with it? Am I working through it? Um, so yeah, it's 360 degrees of health. Yeah.
That is amazing. I did hear you. That stuck out to me is mental health. So you
Mhm.
feel that fitness can play a big part in mental health. That can be something when you're in fit and you're feeling good, that can help you with your mental issues or, stress or discomfort that you're having and that you're battling with. So you think that can go hand in hand?
Oh yeah, for sure. A little while ago, I touched on in one of my posts. I touched on body dysmorphia, and we don't talk about it a lot. I know as women, we kind of talk about it amongst ourselves with our
Okay.
friends, but we don't outwardly talk about body dysmorphia. Where one day you may feel your greatest, and then the next day you're like, I look horrible, and
Oh,
other
yes.
people are looking at you like, girl, you look fine. You're
Mhm.
like,
I feel like that all the time sometimes.
yeah, and it's really real. And so I think that's why I say go based off of the feeling. How do
Okay.
you feel?
Mhm.
And so fitness all the way around, again, helps you cope. It's a tool. It helps you cope with it.
Okay.
um I can speak for myself, and I haven't put this out here, I haven't blasted it, but some people who kind of know me kind of know about it. But I've dealt with high functioning depression, and I think many of us do and don't talk about it because we feel like we're not depressed, we don't have it, or we don't have the signs of it. But many people, actually the majority of people we probably know, are high functioning depressive. And
Mm,
so if you don't have the tools to really cope with that, to really understand fitness from a 360-degree perspective of
right.
what you eat, what you watch, what you listen to, who you're around, then it takes you further deeper into depressive modes that can be tougher to come out of. So that's why I say look at fitness all the way around, not just working
Okay.
out. Because some of the best people who work out, they commit suicide. Some of the,
Wow.
I think that correspondent, I forgot her name, who committed suicide, and nobody would have even guessed that she was depressed.
Or going through something. Yeah.
Yeah. So, fitness is all the way around. It doesn't look any kind of way. You have to do what works for you, and it's different for everyone. But I think it's about taking a very intentional approach to
Okay.
your fitness journey so that you can gather those tools to help you through those tough times. Yeah.
I agree with that. Like, I feel like, me personally, when you touch on a lot of us don't discuss depression because we don't know really what depression means. I feel like sometimes I get down on myself because I'm like, I'm getting older, my body doesn't move the way it used to, or I don't feel like I have the energy sometimes to do a lot of things. Or sometimes as women, we look in the mirror at ourselves and we find so many flaws, right? It's so many flaws. Like, why my skin sagging? Or why my eyebrows look like this? Or why do I got dark spots? I'm getting old. And you start just bringing yourself down mentally. And like you said,
Hmm.
everybody else, like, girl, you look good. You shine, you bright. But deep down, we're battling that. And I never thought about until you said it goes hand in hand with how you feel, what you
Hmm.
put in your body, who's around you, and what you listen to. And I like that because sometimes when certain things are around you, that can impact you too. And sometimes you
Mm-hmm.
got to remove yourself from certain situations to be a better you and to become a better you. So I definitely
Right.
have to really
Mm-hmm.
look into that. I
Yeah.
agree. And I
Yeah.
love what you said with that, because a lot of us don't admit to it and we don't speak out enough about it.
Right, right. Because I think we look at this like image of depression being like you're very sad all the time, kind of like
Yes.
Eeyore from Winnie the Pooh, and it's like that's not how it looks for most people.
Right.
Most of us are dealing with childhood trauma programs that are really deep rooted that we
Okay.
haven't fully addressed, and so things happen in our life that kind of trigger those feelings.
Okay.
And so when it comes to body dysmorphia, what I was talking about before, and some of us have had like family members or people always talking about how we look, like you see haven't seen them in a while, they're like, oh girl, you gained weight, or oh girl,
Oh
you
yeah.
ain't eating, or they come and pat you on your little fupa on your stomach like, girl, what you doing? It's like that's a program. And like I think we have to be really intentional with how we communicate with each other, and what type of um beliefs that we're implanting into each other, especially children, because it
Mhm.
starts young. And I've had to catch myself as a parent, learning through, especially with my daughter, first time parent with the oldest, you're really trying to figure it out. And
Yes.
so, I'm
Yes.
letting her know, like, I've had to apologize to her so many times to try to correct things that I received as programs and not project them onto her.
Okay.
And as a parent, I think that's really important that we do that, because it starts really young, especially for girls, with how we look. And someone's always looking at what you're eating, and it's
Mhm.
just it's a lot of pressure that we don't talk about. We kind of take it as for, oh, they just playing, they just joking, it ain't that serious. But no, it
Brush
is
that
that
in.
serious.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is that serious. And people, just because it's not serious to you doesn't mean that this person didn't take that nugget and carry it with them through their entire life, and now it's affecting them progressing and being healthy. So we really have to be accountable for how we interact with each other when it comes to things like that.
And
Yeah.
I agree with that. I think when a person, when you start feeling good about yourself and you feel you're exercising, you're eating right, and then here comes this person along and say, "Girl, I seen you. You don't look like this, and you, girl, you okay?" Or, and like you said, that takes a toll on you.
Hmm.
You try to say, you know what, I ain't gonna let that get to me, but deep down, it bothers you.
Yeah. Yeah.
Really does. And it's
Yeah.
sad. And like you said, we have to learn how to watch sometimes what we say. And I think
Hmm.
it's more so, I don't know other communities, but most of Black communities, we're very judgmental.
Hmm. Yeah.
Very, very judgmental
Yeah.
on, girl, look at, like you said, they always want to pat your foot, or girl, you ain't eating. Why you ain't eating? I think it's like now with social media, it's like either you're too big or you're too little. It's no in between. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? You have women battling each other. I see that a lot on social media when
Hmm.
it comes to health. If you're too big, oh, you too big. But if you're too skinny, oh, we don't like the skinny women. So we
Hmm.
don't want this. So now it's putting pressure on, because I'm not a big girl. I'm
Yeah.
oh, petite or whatever you want to
Right.
put. And it puts pressure on women like us, like, oh, you gotta have the big butts, you gotta have the flat tummies, you gotta have the perfect breasts. And me
Yeah.
being a mom of four, I have a lot of flaws. I
Yeah.
have the stretch marks, I have from breastfeeding, that sometimes
Hmm.
your breast is not the same and you lose weight, you gain weight.
Yep.
So I think social media can play a big part of it too,
Oh
bringing
yeah.
the person down.
Yeah, yeah, of course. I think you made a great point. Being a mom, there's things that we have stretch marks and all
Oh
types of things. And it's like, instead of, we're just getting kind of like to the era of where those things are going back to being kind of celebrated. Because
yes,
before, and it's still not there all the way, but it's like before, it's like, those are seen as flaws and they become insecurities for us, when instead they should be celebrated. It should be like, dang, you created a whole human. You did all of that, and you kept it safe for all this time, and your body shows that your body is a story. And I think it really should be celebrated more in a different way, and just discussed in a different light, to kind of just bring that healthiness of body image back around to like what our body is meant to do. We were meant to make babies, we were meant to breastfeed. And those
yes,
things are natural, and it happens, and your body stretches, and sometimes it doesn't go back and sometimes it does, and that's okay. That's
yeah,
your story. And so I think, just us having this platform right now talking about it, I think helps
I
the
agree.
yeah, the trajectory of it becoming a more positive conversation. Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I think that's the reason for Boss Talk. Boss Talk
Yeah.
is for us to speak to other women who struggle with the issues that we also struggle with, because we're not perfect, you know.
Right.
We're just like them. We're moms, we're working people. And if you guys don't know, she still works her 9 to 5. And
Yeah.
still got to balance her Saturday class and still post on her social media class and still talk to people if they have questions.
Hmm.
And you know, she has different things. And I also want you to touch on what really touched me with her, y'all, that brought a smile to my face that I just felt overjoyed to hear. I'm going to touch on, but I want you to touch on, how is it important to have support? What does support mean to you? It doesn't have to be a husband, it doesn't have to be a best friend. It don't have, it just, you need that support group when you're in business or when you're just trying to grow in life, period. How important is that?
Yeah, that's a great question. Support is extremely important, and um, I thank God for my mom and my family, because my mom, my sisters, my dad, they've all been there for me from the beginning. Even when I decided to move, my
Okay.
dad initially got sick, and in South Carolina, and other people were like, "Oh, you moving? Your dad just got sick. Your mom's gonna need help." And my dad was like, "I'm fine." My mom was like, "We're good." My brother's like, I'm down the street." And so when I had
Right.
my family support, and they're like, "Go do what you gotta do,"
Right.
and my mom ripping and running down the road for me whenever I need her,
Oh,
and watching the kids, and on top of, I manage my daughter. My daughter's an actress, and so having to like manage her schedule, my schedule. So having my family, but I know some people don't have that. So I've also had like great friends
mhm.
and sisters, who my spiritual sisters, who have really like been there for me emotionally, spiritually, to like help me sort through all types of just non-serving programs that just really kind of help push me through. Because when I got pregnant with my son, well, right after I had him, I had postpartum, and I had it with both my children. Yeah, but with him, it was, I picked up on what it was, because I was older. I was more,
Mhm.
wiser on and knowledgeable about the about postpartum, and so I was able to pick on it quicker. And thankfully, I had spiritual sisters here, like in my home, who like really helped me through that time, because it was a very dark time for me. Just so many different things. I had lost a friend, and so I think having your own personal village, and that can look different ways, because you
Yes.
need different people for different things.
Yes.
So I had some friends for this, and my family for this. And so I think when you know how certain people can help you, and in what aspects, it really helps you on your journey, because someone is there for you in some kind of way. you
I
know we
agree.
Yeah, we can't expect everyone to do everything, but when what this person can help you with, and this person,
Yes.
I think it's extremely helpful in not only reaching your goals, your material goals, but
Mhm.
keeping you sane. Because and look,
Whew.
I'm trying not to curse on your platform, because I curse.
You're fine.
But that is tough dealing, especially as a woman. And when
Woo.
you a boss woman, and boss not even in that you own a business, but boss in that you're
Woo.
managing life, like, it is tough.
It
And
is. Woo.
you gotta stay, it's trying to stay sane, and trying to stay present and mindful for, and be there for everybody. So it's important to have people who can be there for you, and
And
like who can really, yeah, who have that
pouring to
capacity.
you.
Exactly. And you can reciprocate in a way.
Yeah.
So I'm thankful for my fitness sisters, and how we push each other, we hold each other accountable, we we validate each other, and we're really there for each other. And it just helps to have different people for different areas of your life for support, because it's really going to keep you sane.
I
Sane.
agree. Just being a mom, a wife, a sister, and a boss, like you said, it's hard. Sometimes you get so hard on yourself, and I just need a break. I just need to get away. I tell my husband, I need a break. I need to get away. And then after that, you feel bad, because sometimes it's like I feel bad, like to say I need to get away or I need a break. Because as moms, we are super women. We
Mhm.
feel like we can be in 100 places at one time. We can still go pick the kids up, have dinner ready, wash the clothes, do homework, go pick them up from practice, drop them off as practice, and we not supposed to be tired. We get so hard on ourselves when we feel tired.
Yeah, yeah,
And it's
yeah.
so sad. It's like
Mhm.
we don't want to take a break. My husband tells me all the time, sit down. And I'd be like, no, I feel bad. Or why are you cooking today? Why do you have grown kids? Why do you feel like, I said, well, I don't feel like I'm a good mom if I don't cook. And I think that's just the mind thing of us being moms. Like we're nurturing. We got to be there. We have to support them because we're not there. Who else is going to be there? So
Yeah,
like
yeah.
you said, is a lot
Mm-hmm.
on us.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's so much on our shoulders. Like, Lord Jesus, please help me get through this moment.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Mm-hmm.
we just have to just take a breath. And I
Yeah.
really like when you say you touched on you suffer for postpartum with your child. I also suffer from that. And I feel like I didn't have too much research. Our Black community, we don't have too much research of people who we can go to discuss that. You know, I never went through that with my kids until I had my last child.
Yeah.
And I didn't know what it was. I just knew I was depressed.
Mm-hmm.
I was so depressed where I was crying and didn't want to be bothered. I thought I was the ugliest person in the world, you know, and I didn't want nobody to touch my baby. It's like when they touched him, I cried tears like they were taking them from me. And I struggled with that. I didn't have no one to turn to. And I think in our Black community, we need to start having more research, more things that we can look into when other women are suffering from that. Because sometimes women don't know how to get out of it, you know. Thank God I did have a support system like my husband to help me battle that. And people who prayed for me, you know, and poured into me, like you said. So that goes back into a support system. But some women struggle with that and sometimes commit suicide or hurt their kids because they don't have the resources. So I think that's something that we need to start looking into as our Black community.
Yeah, yeah. You touched on a great point about, you know, in the community having the resources, and I think also like just learning the compassion and the empathy for moms who go through that, because we have this stigma that, you know, to be strong you got to just always push through, and you're not strong if you're showing any type of weakness of emotion or physical. And it's like, no, it's a part of life, and that's where your support group comes in. But we have this, I think it's, you know, deeply embedded in our DNA and our, you know, genetics of even coming from slavery, this program of you got to work, you got to work, you got to work, you know, the women, you got to be strong, you got to be strong for the family, you got to. And it's like, sometimes, no, you got to be strong for you. You got to be strong for you. And the compassion of like, oh, I mean, the lack of compassion, like, oh, you know, you'll get over it, she'll get over it, it'll pass, you know, it'll pass. No, like really having a conversation about like, what is she thinking, what is she going through, how is she feeling, and letting her know that it's valid. Your feelings are valid, whether somebody agrees or not, is valid. And you know, and you feel how you feel. So I think we lack a lot of compassion and empathy for each other in that area, because we think to be strong you have to just push through, and that's not necessarily being strong, you know.
I agree. I totally agree. Y'all better get notes, take your pen and paper out and jot all this down because she's dropping jewels. Come on, y'all.
Likewise, you too.
Y'all better get it together. So another thing I want to touch on with us being in business is learn to celebrate the small things. You know, when you're in business, we always want the 100 sales or the 100 clients or different things. We as small business owners, we need to celebrate the small wins. If it's from sales to new clients to new followers to just gaining a view or getting to grow in your business, let's start celebrating the small wins. You know, what do you think?
Yeah, I love that. And I agree with that, because, you know, when you celebrate or you get joy and get happy about anything, like you said, even the small things, it releases that hormone of joy, and you want to recreate that again. And so when you keep recreating that and you keep, you know, it's constant, it becomes bigger and bigger and bigger, and then those wins become bigger and bigger and bigger. So we have to get in the mode of, you know, releasing and giving off that energy that we want to receive. So if we want that joy, we got to celebrate those small wins, because progress is progress.
Yes.
You know, and there's progress that doesn't even look like progress. I got a friend who's going through, you know, a transition in life, and, you know, she was kind of down about something that happened. And I was like, look, this is a lesson.
Ooh,
this is building the muscle. You're learning how to stand on your own. So you're having to learn how to find these resources for this particular
yes.
thing. You're having to learn how to kind of sit in it for a minute and just figure out different ways to work it. And that's entrepreneurship. You have
Yep.
to be a magician. You have
Ooh,
to like
put
put
right
things
at
together.
that.
Exactly. You gotta learn how to do your content. You gotta learn how to edit. You gotta mark. So it's like you're building the muscle. So celebrate even those things that feel and look like failures. Those are still wins because they're teaching you how to build your muscle. You know, yeah. So I say celebrate it all. Rihanna had a little speech on. I think it was Instagram. Someone had the sound going where we don't celebrate ourselves enough. The
We don't.
failures, the lessons, the great things. So I think we need to celebrate it all and kind of see it all for not failures, but learning lessons that are going to help us in the future. Because
I
then you
agree.
know what works. I
Yes.
tell students all the time, when you make mistakes and you figure it out, now you know what works, and so you're less likely to make that particular mistake.
Yes.
So you're going to always be learning. So yeah, celebrate anything, like reward yourself. It could be the smallest thing.
Yes.
Hey, I get this done. I'm gonna take a quick nap. Take that
Yes.
nap. Take the nap. So
I
yeah,
totally
yeah.
agree.
Reward
Oh
yourself.
my God. I
Yeah.
totally agree with that. And I think another part that goes hand in hand with that is be patient with yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Don't rush it. Don't always say, "Well, I got to get this or I have to have this." Be patient because when you're
Mm-hmm.
patient and you wait on God, I'm just going to touch on this,
Oh
y'all. When
yeah.
you're patient and you wait on God, the beauty of the win is much better. When
Yes.
you're rushing it and you trying to get it and do it on your own, it doesn't always pan out the way you want it. But just be patient with your
Mm-hmm.
business. Be
Yeah.
patient, and when I tell you, you're gonna see how it's gonna keep growing and growing and growing. And like it goes
Mm-hmm.
hand in hand with different wins. So just be patient, guys. Don't
Mm-hmm.
rush anything, even if it's with health and fitness. Health, yes, get yourself together, but don't push yourself or get so hard on yourself when you're trying to get fit. Just know that you're trying. If you're trying, that's enough. You're getting
Yeah.
up every day, you're pushing yourself, you're working out, you're going for walks. Just know that's effort and you're trying.
Exactly. Exactly. Yeah. Staying consistent and,
Yes.
and like you said, that patience. Someone
Yes.
I spoke to Saturday went hand in hand with what you said. So the person said, so, we look at people and we're like, oh man, such and such has been doing the same thing I'm doing, and they got this deal, or they got all
Mhm.
these followers, and I'm still here. And they were saying, think about when you go out to eat. You might
Mhm.
have ordered the lobster, and then someone beside you ordered chicken nuggets or chicken tenders or what have you. And their food comes out before yours. And you're like, well, dang, I want my food. And well, you
Mhm.
ordered the lobster. Lobsters take a little longer than chicken nuggets. Like,
Yep.
if you want the chicken nuggets, you can get the chicken nuggets.
That's
But
right.
if you ordered lobster and you have this dream and this big vision, then you got to let it cook. You got to make sure you're ready for it's ready. So if you're going for lobster dreams, you got to be patient and stay consistent.
Mhm.
Because when it's your time, you don't have to wait to be chosen. It's your time.
Ooh.
So
Yes.
yeah, just have that trusting in God that it happens when it happens. And that's how I've been with fitness and just about business in general. I know my people will find me. I
That's
make
right.
sure I'm visible, but I know that my people who are going to be in alignment with what I'm about, they're going to find me. I don't just want followers just to have them. No, I want people who are really, in alignment with what
Mhm.
I'm
You better
doing.
say it. Yep.
Yeah. And that's why I appreciate with Work Hit, because I've just been consistent. I just kind of seen it grow little by little by little. And they
So
know in class, I celebrate every time in class. I mean, I celebrate their wins. If I notice online they've done something new, I'm like, give it up for such and such. She did this week. Like, we're gonna celebrate everything because all progress is progress. All
I
progress
love
is
you.
progress.
Oh, I love everything you're saying
Yeah.
because it plays back into, I always tell myself, like, oh, like you said, oh, I got to get to where they get. I have to tell myself, I'm building my own table.
Hmm.
I'm building my own table. I don't want to sit at your table because I might not like being at your table. I might not like the way you're running your business. It might look
Hmm.
good on the outside, but in the inside, I might be like, oh, I did all this.
Hmm.
No, start building your own table, y'all.
Yeah.
When I say build your own table, start bringing, like she said, people who wants to be around you, people who are in line with you, people who
Yeah.
are on the same level as you, and that people that can bring something to your table. You
Mm-hmm.
hear me? Bring something to your table, not the people that just want to be hanging on and latching on and not doing nothing.
Say that.
You don't need those. You don't
Yeah.
need them. Let them go. Cut them off. Remove them.
Mm-hmm.
Bring people to your table that's gonna network, grow, and you guys are gonna grow together. You hear
Yeah.
me? And you're gonna
Exactly.
go to the top together. So
Yeah.
build it. You know, build your own table.
Yeah, yeah, that's a great point because we I think we forget about the message of our lives. We put
Mm-hmm.
so much focus on ourselves and people, which is fine. People are great, but what's
Yeah.
the message of your life? And so if you keep that, that's the purpose, that's the focal point of your life, and then you can filter the people you allow in. Because if someone is
Yeah.
not about the purpose, if they don't even know their purpose at that time, then you need to place them in a certain place.
Yeah.
In your life because they're not ready for where you're going, and that's okay. It's not a bad thing, but
Yes.
they may have to follow a different direction, and then y'all meet somewhere else. But
Yes.
you have to be clear on what the vision is, what the purpose is, and they need to be as well.
Yes.
If you're going to be moving forward, it's like a sandwich. The bread comes first. If people don't understand that about your business, then you got to figure out where do they fit.
Where do
And
they
so,
fit?
yeah, I think it's about being really clear about what the purpose is, what's the message, because even if you only reach one,
Mm-hmm.
you've done your job. But if you don't know what the message is, that one person won't know what the message is, they won't get it. So you got to have people around you who understand the vision, understand the purpose,
I
and
agree.
in their own.
Mhm.
Yeah, it's a great point.
I definitely agree with that. Another thing, I was talking to her about, I know we don't, we have a little more time left. I want to touch on, I've been seeing a lot on social media um, about small Black owned business. I feel like what happens when one person have a bad experience with one small Black business, why do people put all of us in one box? Why
Mm-hmm.
do they category us all? I see that a lot. And it's really our own community. And
Yeah.
it's sad. It's really our own community that bash us, that takes us down. They like to always say, well, oh, I had a bad experience. That's why I don't support Black owned business. They so unprofessional. They so this. Because when our new customers come to us, I know it's just me personally. They always say, well, I bought this from this company and I'm kind of afraid. You know what? As Black people, we have to get out that mindset. Everyone is not the same. Give some people a chance to show
Mm-hmm.
you and prove to you that they're different. Don't just category what everybody is like this. Everybody, everybody, everybody.
Mm-hmm.
Because when other race do us like that, oh, we mad, we fired up. But it's sad that we can do it to ourselves.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, you said a mouthful right there. I mean, just going, it's layered. It's really
Mhm.
layered. Like you said, when it comes to us, we put this, this stigma on each other. We put this little blacklist, and we canceling people and all this stuff. But
Yes.
if you go to an Asian shop, or you go to a Caucasian shop and they do you wrong, you still likely go back. You may argue,
You
but
do.
you're gonna go back. We all still eat Chinese food. We all still get our nails done and all this kind of stuff. So you go back. So
Yeah.
I think it's very layered. And like I said before, with some other things, I think it stems from you just DNA programming from even just slavery. We're still recovering from so much from slavery that we don't really understand, with the mistrust with each other, and still having to prove yourself instead of having that camaraderie and that community of trust with each other. And I think
Okay.
that's really part of it that a lot of us aren't conscious about. I think it's very
Okay.
subconscious of, you don't know if somebody like are they really for you?
Yeah.
Are they having these side conversations, or it's just. And so I think it's really layered, but I think it also is a self-reflection of how you trust yourself. And a lot of people may not admit to that, but when you don't trust certain businesses and you find that it's a trend with you, then you got to really kind of like self-reflect. Like,
Ooh, yes.
are you shady in a way
Mm-hmm.
that even personally in your private life, are you shady? If you see
Mm-hmm.
this continue to happen with you, like, where's your shadiness, and that you're that's being reflected back to you. So I think it's very layered, but I think it's very unfair.
It's
And I hope that I think we eventually will, but I really hope that we can like heal from that and like really recover, because we have so much to give ourselves.
We do.
We have, I mean, people in our community who have invented the most for the world. And so we
Yes,
have so much to give ourselves. And so the hope is that we heal from that so that we can really grow as a people, to really understand that our potential is just infinite. But if we don't trust ourselves and we don't trust each other, then that
hmm,
can never be actualized.
I
So
agree.
I think it's so layered, and it's hard to say it's one thing over the other. But I say give everybody a chance. Give
I agree.
everybody a chance. Everybody. If it's something you like, give them a chance and be honest. Just be honest. Giving
There you
feedback. And I
go.
think that's the thing, giving feedback. I ask students, I ask clients all the
Mhm.
time to give me feedback. How do you feel about this? Be honest with me, because I want to make sure I'm improving. I want to
Yeah,
make sure I'm catering it to you and what this is about, while still, of course, living in my purpose and moving in my purpose. But I want that feedback because I want to be better. So if it's something that you didn't enjoy, you didn't like, or like, let me know. It's
that's
okay.
right.
I'm cool with that. And I think that's another thing too. Like, some of us don't want to take that criticism. We think we're perfect. Like, no, you ain't
No
perfect
one's
just because you got a
perfect.
business. Right. So I think it works on both ends, being able to like really have that empathy for each other and see, understand that we all want each other to grow,
I agree.
and when that's genuine, it's genuine. So I think when it
You'll
becomes
feel it and you'll know it.
yeah, exactly. I think when it becomes genuine, we'll come out of that. But give everybody a chance and do some self-reflection.
Ooh,
Do
that's,
some self-reflection.
I agree.
Yeah, yeah, for sure.
Definitely agree. Well,
Yeah.
before we get off this live, I want to ask you one more question.
Hmm.
Is there any advice that you can give someone who's just not starting their fitness journey or their health journey? What is the, good advice you can give them on how to get that started?
Hmm. You said it earlier, being patient. I think we
Hmm.
always look for this quick fix, microwave things. We want to fast to get small, and we don't understand really the meaning and purpose behind certain tools and things that, methods or what have you. So be patient with yourself and stop trying to compare.
Okay.
That's like really huge. We all have these body goals, and that's fine to have things to shoot for, but don't let that be like the reason why you damn near kill yourself because you don't want to be patient. So really be patient. Also understand that the journey is yours.
Okay.
It's unique to you. So someone else may have a higher metabolism, they may have some different things going on, and you may need a different, method or a plan approach to your journey. So,
Right.
be mindful and get with the right trainer who really understands your particular body type, whatever you're working with in regards to health.
Hmm.
Even though, as trainers and fitness people, we post like quick fix workouts and stuff. That's not for everybody.
It's not.
We don't want you just bouncing around doing different workouts and everything. You need a consistent plan. And so that's the next thing. Be consistent, because you're not
Be,
going to see results the next day.
she ain't
But
lying.
take those progress pics so that you can really like see the journey of yourself every month, because you're not going to see it every day just looking in the mirror like, oh, I went to the gym yesterday, nothing changed. It's not going it's not going to
It'll change
change.
overnight. It's
It's like
not.
it's like a baby. It's
It
like
is.
a baby. The baby grows gradually. And so you just got to be patient, know that it's your journey, be consistent, and just stick with it. Stick with it. I think another thing that people like they kind of overlook is detoxing. Your body
Oh,
is yeah, your body is a vehicle. And so you have to make sure it's a well-oiled machine. So what you eat, but also eliminating those things that are clogging up your arteries, clogging up your organs. You need a detox. You need to
I
detox.
tell them that. I sell detox tea and coffee, and I always tell people, you need to detox. You don't think
Yes,
you do, but you need to detox.
yes, yes, I
What
do as
that
well.
stuff that was in your body, remove it. You have to get it
Exactly.
out because you think, oh, I go to the bathroom. No, just because you go to the bathroom don't mean you're removing all that stuff
It,
that's in your body. You
I
have
said
to
the same
detox.
thing. I said the same thing to someone else today. They was like, I'm regular. I said, that doesn't mean you're detoxing. That doesn't mean you're detoxing at all. So I think, detoxing and taking your vitamins, we overlook vitamins in our community. and we wonder why we're tired, why we're not feeling a certain way. So a lot of disorders and a lot of like um disorders, I would say, are because of vitamin deficiencies. We don't take vitamins enough, and so
My husband big on that.
get yourself a good multivitamin and a detox to like get yourself kickstarted, because we've been weighed down by so much, and so when it's time to work out, you feel heavy. And so
Right.
when you feel heavy,
He brought my detox. Look,
there
he
you
said, "Y'all better
That's
get
a
some."
promo. I don't have
And
mine
it's
with me.
for multivitamins.
Yeah, yeah,
Liquid, take it. Get it
yeah,
in your body. And a lot of people don't like taking pills. So I said, Drew, get you a good multivitamin.
yeah,
Drink
yeah,
the shots out there. Get
yeah,
that in your body.
yeah.
But yes, y'all, I
Mhm.
told y'all this guest I was gonna have was gonna be a
Oh,
beautiful, amazing woman. You can
bless
just
you.
see her shining and
Oh,
glowing all over her face. I'm so thankful that you are a part of Boss Talk
no,
Live today. I'm
thank you,
so happy that you brought so many jewels. You dropped so many
thank
important
you.
information to our community, because sometimes we don't get to hear the truth. It's hard for us to hear the truth. And I think that's what you brought to the table today. And before we even go, I want you to let them know where they can find you at. Where can they find Dr. Jennifer at on all social media platforms?
Yes, on all social media, I am the Cold Coach, like hot and cold, the Cold Coach. So that's my website, thecoldcoach.com. That's why I'm on Instagram, the Cold Coach. On Facebook, I have the Cold Coach page.
Yeah.
You can also find me at Team Detox and Chill. If you go to the Cold Coach, you'll see it all. But Team Detox and Chill, where we are all about detoxing and fitness. And my newest venture, Inner Fit ATL, Inner Fitness, with my partner. And so we're really we take this seriously, 360 degrees of health. And so it's about not just you, but getting your family on board, my boyfriend and I, our children. Like, it's about family, community. And so that's what Inner Fitness is about, and so that's what the Cold Coach is about. So if you go to thecoldcoach.com, I got you.
See y'all. She helps you get in shape. Okay, y'all. Not just in shape. She does different coaching classes, I believe, right?
Mm-hmm.
Life coaching too. So if
Yeah.
you have any questions, inbox her, DM her, y'all. Because look, let me tell you, she's so sweet and so nice. Like I told you, I found her on Instagram and I DM'd her. I followed her and she was so sweet, y'all.
Oh,
She didn't have
bless
an
you.
attitude or anything. It was just thank you for approving my request. And she's like, girl, no problem.
Yeah.
And she is a very good person that you can come to and talk
Thank
to.
you.
And when I tell you, go follow her on all social media
Yes.
platforms. I'm gonna be sharing her stuff. I'm gonna go to her
Thank
class.
you.
Y'all
Thank
stay tuned to
you.
see me there. And
Yeah.
thank y'all so much for tuning in to Boss Talk Live. We will be back next Sunday. So make sure you guys stay tuned for next week's episode. Thank you again, Dr. Jennifer, for being a part of
Thank
it.
you. Thank you so much, Essie. I really appreciate it. Thank you, Boss Lady Empire.
And guys, thank you again. Make sure you guys stay tuned. Bye bye.
Bye.